Hello, welcome Geeknodians to the very first video podcast for Geeknode. We are joined here by GeekCrate. Jordan and Grant are both here. They've come through to join us today. They've both decided to stick their webcams up, despite the fact it's ridiculously hot and we'd all much rather be sat here in our underpants doing this because it's like 38 degrees. We've decided to put our beautiful faces on the podcast. So, hi Jordan, hi Grant, how you doing?
It's good. How you doing, man?
Well, the beauty of the video being only this high is you can be in your underpants.
You actually can be in your underpants. I've got my. I went with the, as I showed you earlier, I went with the sexy GeekCrate T-shirt. But yes, indeed, I could be naked beneath it, and no one would be any the wiser. That's good to remember for next time.
Just don't stand up.
That would be the. I watched a video over the weekend. And we'll get into like the proper introductions in a minute, so we just jump straight in. Where there was a Twitch streamer, quite a big guy, like he had a large amount of followers, and he received massive donations because he was handicapped, he was disabled from the waist down, was in a wheelchair, and he received like a $5,000 donation for a new wheelchair. And then on stream one day, he like stood up from the wheelchair and walked off camera. And then his girlfriend, who moderated the stream chat, was like, "Oh shit!" And then like started trying to distract people. And then it was yeah. So yeah, I won't follow that guy's example. He did badly. I think I'd probably do worse if I jumped up and showed my penis to everyone. That would be that would be bad. So yeah, okay. No standing up. So guys, if you don't mind giving us a little bit of an introduction. I know it's annoying, but then just a little bit of a thing about GeekCrate for those people who somehow may not have heard of you guys yet.
So basically, you can think of us as a lucky packet for geeks. So we pack our crates every month with geek-themed items, and they range from comic books to figurines to novelties and gadgets you can use around the house and this type of thing, and we courier it straight to your door on a monthly basis,
which is rather fantastic. I do have a subscription. As we were saying earlier, I love that in the last one, the pixel glasses and bow tie. They're rather fantastic. Although have you seen it? My son did. My son's 8, and he did. He said to me, "Dad, these glasses don't have glass in them." He's like, "Does that make them arses?" I was like, no, my boy, no." And he's only 8, so then he looks at me like, "Why, Dad? Why is that weird?" I was like, "Don't say that, okay?"
It's great.
So yeah,
it's such a kid thing to say, like.
Yeah,
brilliant.
And so innocent. Yeah, that was great. And then and we were saying this last month was the finger. So you had finger lasers, the pixel glasses. There's the comic was, I want to say Wonder Woman. I think I got it was a Wonder Woman and Superman comic. I think.
I think we did DC, so everybody got something. We got them from Smallville Comics, and they just gave us all pack of DC ones. I think I got which one? Oh, I got the Green Lantern. Nice.
It was definitely So it was all DC because a friend of mine who subscribed, she's vehemently Marvel, and she sent me a message. She was like, "Oh god, I got like a DC comic." I was like, well, you'll be all right. You'll survive.
Well, we hope.
We do often, switch between Marvel and DC. Sometimes we'll run both in the same crate, different comics, and then we ask you when you sign up, do you prefer Marvel or DC? And depending on your choice, we'll send you
rather get
what's
one
relevant.
Or the other, I started off. I think my first one was a Star Wars box, which was brilliant, especially because you guys snuck the jar full of bottle caps in there. I loved that.
Yeah.
That was great. As I opened it, I was just like, "Oh, yes, that's amazing." I'm a huge Fallout fan, so obviously absolutely loved that.
We got some great photos from people about that. Like the one guy posted on our webpage his Fallout collection with the Pit Boy and the nuke, and now the little bottle caps in the bottle.
Also, he had the full... the mini nuke collector's edition.
I think I have the image here. It's on our Facebook page.
I'll check it out. I'll have to grab that. Yeah, so that's cool. So I've got the lunchbox. I've got a link to it there. I've got the lunchbox. I've got Pip-Boy, not you know, a little Pip-Boy figure.
Right.
Yeah.
But I didn't get one of the big, you know, the actual Pip-Boy unit with the game when I bought it, which I was like, I want one, but I don't know. It's a lot of money for something I'm going to use for maybe 5 minutes. And we lost Grant completely.
But what about?
Oh, no, you're still here.
It looks like we might grant your video's gone down there. Yeah.
That's fine. That's not too much. That's not too much. We can.
No, not a problem. Alright, cool.
That's all right. We can just put a still image there.
And that's okay. Come back.
Looks like
Magic.
he's back. There he is.
Technology, yay!
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So
It's always Telcom's fault.
that I frequently do for any issue that I have. I don't even use Telcom anymore, except obviously I use the physical line is Telcom,
Right.
but I refuse.
Still always their fault, yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah, exactly. They've managed to screw it. So I wanted to ask you guys a couple of questions about the formation of GeekCrate, because obviously, I mean, look, we're not the same as everyone gets overseas, so we don't have the huge geek culture that America and the UK say do, because they're generally, I use those two as an example. For me, those are the two biggest kind of geek culture countries. So I mean, they've got access to things that we just don't get in this country. I was just wondering, so you know, I mean, they've got a lot. They've got GeekCrate, and I can't even I think you even do it with razor blades in America, I think.
Yeah. Well, I've heard that both Obama and the Queen are massive geeks, so you know it follows. Of course, they're going to have massive geek culture.
I'd see that. Check out the Queen just sat there with a little glass on. You're like, yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though. The 2005 Doctor Who special, Voyage of the Damned, has the Queen in it. She actually guest stars as herself in Doctor Who.
Yeah,
like, that big of a fan.
That's so cool. That's my Queen, and I didn't even know that. But that's actually pretty cool. So she's not just all about the corgis. She likes to mix it up a little bit and get some proper things in there.
Right.
So what's up? So how do you? Yeah, I guess dude, there you go. Halloween, they're probably corgis dressed as Daleks running around the house. It'll be alright. There we go. Buckingham Palace is just covered head to toe. It'll be cool. That's a nice image.
Philip, bring me my sonic screwdriver.
Oh yeah. See, Philip's also, he's my favourite royal because he's just mad. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the things that he said. He's just like this unrelenting, racist old bastard. He just doesn't give a shit. And I don't like him because he's such a bastard. I love him because he just doesn't care. He's got to the point where he's like, fuck off, I'm old, and I'm royal, and I'll do what I please.
Exactly. Okay, cool. Everybody's got one of those in their family.
Yeah, you've always got to have one, yeah. But it's just a bit more awkward when he goes on TV quite frequently. Then you've got to be like, oh, keep an eye on Uncle Philip. Right. Sorry,
away for all the big events.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely nowadays they keep him gagged a bit, sadly. So I wanted to ask you, so how did you get started with GeekCrate? What's the process, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, we sat down. We're both students, so I remember the conversation. We were just like towing lunch at the university, and you know, we talked about it a little bit beforehand, but we sat down and we started really thinking about it, and we said, you know, look, this is worked overseas, but you know, they're not shipping to South Africa. You know, let's make something happen. Let's start it up here, because you know we deserve it as South Africans. You know, we might not have Obama or the Queen, but we still have a geek culture over here.
Absolutely, yeah. Jacob, he's knocking around the Kandlo with a couple of geeky buddies now. So, and how much of a mission was it to get started? Because I can imagine, I mean, trying to get companies to give, despite the fact, I mean, look, it's a great advertising opportunity, in my opinion, for South African companies. Gets a small item into the hands of however many people who suddenly become aware of your company's name. You've got your labels inside the boxes, all that, giving them free advertising in effect for a small item.
Exactly.
Don't you want to come work for us as a salesman?
Yeah, please.
We try that pitch on every company we go to, and most of them like, you know what? Not really.
See, that's what I was thinking. Like South Africans, I think we're probably fairly resistant. Most companies seem to be quite resistant against giving something little to get a lot back.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, one of the biggest things that we deal with is actually trying to convince companies to actually give us items. Simply because they look at us and they're like, well, how big can the geek community really be? Especially the bigger, the bigger companies that have like the Disney apparel, because then they make more money out of Donald Duck than they do out of Iron Man. So we have that bit of a struggle, but it's getting better now as our numbers go out. I mean, even though we don't send out a massive amount of crates just yet, we do reach a lot of people through our reviewers and all that kind of stuff, our Facebook and Twitter and website. And I mean, over the last 3 months, we've averaged about 150,000 people as a reach for our, just our boxes. Just from the
that's fantastic. Which is fantastic. No, in those numbers, they've got to speak for themselves when you're talking to people and saying, like, this is the community that is showing interest in these things. So, although they maybe haven't signed up, because you guys have been going since November? September.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think when I got my first one.
Our fifth one.
Okay.
Yeah, so
now you're making me think about doing maths. I'm not happy about that.
We're heading for our half-year anniversary this next coming month. But I missed the launch one. Yeah, on that note, if any of your listeners run any sort of company and they want to get in touch with us, we kind of pride ourselves on being approachable. So visit our site and give us a shout, and it's all yours.
Absolutely. I'll throw up links to the Twitter, to Facebook, to everything on the in the podcast, so anyone who hasn't yet subscribed can go and check everything out, and hopefully get off their asses and do what they really should. Because I've only had one item that I didn't like, and it wasn't that I didn't like it. It was I got the Doctor Who mug, which I liked, but it lost it's lost some of its colour. That was the only thing. Only one after I put it in the dishwasher. So I don't know if it was dishwasher safe. So I don't know if it was dishwasher safe or not. But I didn't think about it, and I just popped it in there, and then I was like, "Ooh."
Well, I think it is, because my one's still fine. But when we do we order in a couple hundred mugs, it's difficult to make sure that all of them are perfect.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
We hand wrapped all of them, so we looked for little things like chips and whatever.
Yeah,
because they didn't even come in bubble wrap. That was us hand wrapping every
really?
One.
So they were just given to you here's a whole bunch of mugs. Knock yourself out, guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They weren't even properly I mean, some of them we actually had to wipe them down and give them a proper rinse before we could send them out, because the guy from the factory had literally just put them all in a box and said, "Here you go."
Okay, cool. All right, so obviously that is the one thing that I had that I've ever had an issue with. Everything else has been fantastic. Although, as I've said, my son does tend to steal quite a lot of it immediately, which it's not ideal, but that's the price you have for having kids. That's that. So, obviously, I mean, I'm assuming you guys are massive geeks.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, all right. Which kind of? Yeah, are you gaming geeks, movie geeks, TV show geeks, a bit of everything?
Oh, well, between the two of us, we touch a bit of everything. So I'm fairly into my gaming, but I moved into a new place recently, and I haven't hooked up the console yet, so I haven't been gaming in a while, but I miss it.
Oh,
but
you're getting the itch.
Yeah, geez, I was looking at a couple of new ones today, so I mean, we'll see. But
what are you looking at?
we both pretty into TV series and movies, and
I'm a massive movie geek.
Yeah.
My collection is just getting bigger and bigger. It's terrible because I can't watch them all.
No.
I think at this point I'm at over 1,000 movies on my hard drive, and it's terrible because that's all I do all day is watch movies.
Yeah, Grant's the guy you go to, when you watch a movie or series and you see an actor you've seen before but you're not quite sure where from. Forget IMDb, Grant is the one you go to. He'll have a
he's like, that's the dude.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, nice.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. So, I used to run, I've got a little Raspberry Pi unit, which I used to run XBMC on. Or it's changed now, it's Kodi now.
Yeah, I use it. I use it at home as well.
Oh, God, I love that so much.
Oh, it's brilliant to run it.
Oh, yeah, there's one of my giant mutts.
Oh, yeah?
So, Yeah, that's one of the ones. That's one of the ones that goes. So yeah, there's two big Rottweilers knocking around somewhere. I think they're suffering a bit because it's so hot and they're stuck wearing fur coats. Out there goes the other one.
There's the other
one. Yeah, but they're not interested in being on the podcast, sadly.
Oh yeah, no. I love using Kodi because Kodi you can control it from your phone, which is great. You don't need to get off the couch. And I use a combination of Sick Rage and Couch Potato, and they just download your movies for you. And then they clean them and make sure your library is all sorted out in terms of your files. So they rename them and put them in the right files, and then tells Kodi that it's there. So it loads it all in immediately. It's fantastic.
Nice. No, absolutely, yeah. Now Kodi's. So I used to use a program called the Renamer that used to perform a similar function and just name the series and the movies as I wanted to, but it was still a manual process, and it was a bit annoying. You had to still like go and drag and drop them.
Oh yeah, but if you look at something like Kodi, because of Couch Potato and Sick Rage, which Sick Rage does it for TV series and Couch Potato does it for movies, you basically just tell it, I watched this series, and it'll go and try and find the episode for you every day, download it, scrub it, rename it, clean it, and move it into the right files, and then load it into the Kodi database for you. So it's like it just appears on your library. It's fantastic.
And it's ready to go. And luckily, it downloads it all from completely legal sites where it also picks up the license for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Totally.
Now, I must say, I've moved to Netflix now just because I've gotten to the point where I was lazy, and also I have a NAS unit sitting next to me that's just completely dead, which is a little bit annoying. So it's an 8 terabyte NAS unit, and it's dead. Never buy Seagate Black Armor NASs, ever.
Sure.
Like, they're overpriced, and it's a doorstop now. So all I'm doing is taking out the hard drives. But, like, I lost my entire collection. So I was like, wow.
I'd be devastated.
Okay. I'm like, I'm not happy about this. So now I'm just like, okay, stuff it. Netflix from now on. Click.
And how is it? Any good?
That's all right. It's okay.
How's the library size?
It's not. We're not getting anywhere near what the States get. Apparently, it's not that far off what they get in Europe, but I can't comment on that. I'm not sure. But Showmax. I was with Showmax, and they were great. I was like, great, awesome South African, company, support them. Then I found out that they're owned by Naspers, who own MultiChoice, and I immediately went, oh no, I don't like that anymore. So got rid of that. And once Netflix came live, picked that up. But their catalogs are similar. Showmax has got more South African content, but I don't watch South African content. My Afrikaans is atrocious.
You're missing your Seven Delan and your backstage.
Seven Delan is the only one I've watched. An ex-girlfriend of mine was very Afrikaans, and she used to watch Seven Delan. And I just, I'd watch it just because it was on, and I wouldn't have a damn clue what was going on. I could pick up some of the things. I was watching it around the time that I think Chris Chameleon made a few appearances, and he was like some weird little banjo-playing little homeless guy.
Wow, that's quite impressive, actually. Good on them.
No, I was like, well done. Well done, you, sir.
And then what's the subscription you pay for Netflix? Like, how much?
It's like, thanks very much to our. It's based on the dollar, so I think it's. So
it just gets more and more expensive every week.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. It starts off at like 90 rand, and then like within 3 weeks' time, you're paying 180, and you're like, wait a minute, that's literally doubled. Yeah. No, so it's just over $100 at the moment. It's not bad at all. It's like 120, 130 rand, I think.
Well, that's not too bad, especially if the dollar falls. Then it'll be all right.
Yeah, and hopefully. Cross fingers, touch wood, whatever. Hopefully, one day it'll start coming down a little bit because it's killing me. Right. I got into Pokemon. Don't ever get into Pokemon. People had warned me. People said, don't do it. And then my son was like, Dad, can we get some Pokemon cards? I'm like, yeah, okay. So I get him some Pokemon. So I get him a deck of Pokemon cards. And then I'm like, okay, well... And then I was like, I have to get myself a deck now so that we can play. Like, because otherwise my kids just sat there going, yeah, I've got these cards. Now what?
Right.
So I bought me some Pokemon. And then we found that at the Battle Bunker in Tiger Valley, we happened to be going on there on a Saturday morning, there was a Pokemon League with some other kids there. So I was like, oh, cool. Like, this is somewhere I can bring my son on a Saturday, he can play. And then I started playing, and now I'm like a junkie. It's awful. Like I went to the pre-release tournament, and like that's how many cards I bought.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
But the guys over at Battle Bunker, they're nice people, eh?
Nigel and that, no, great guys.
He's a good.
I get on very well with all them.
Yeah.
In fact, I think for our second box, he sponsored us Pokemon cards.
Yeah, he did. That's right.
That was the box just before your box.
Oh, damn it! I missed out. Oh no, geez, that's a good prize to put in. I mean, just a single booster. I mean, they're pricey.
I mean, he's been fantastic to us over the months. I mean, it's really great to work with him.
Yeah, and all of the guys there at Battle Bunker are just fantastic. They're such lovely people.
Yeah.
No, they've been very nice. Like they're very even if my son goes there, if I go to go get a cup of coffee or something, like Nigel will obviously look up. They're all inside, so they're all looked after. But he'll make sure no one trades any cards with your kid while you're not there, so that no one goes and oh, that card's not that good. Here, I'll swap it for this. And meanwhile, it's like an awesome card. Your kid gets ripped off. So he's a good dude. Like I like him.
Yeah.
So we had this pre-release thing on Saturday, and I'm busy with my deck, so I'm busy building some things. So I was on Troll and Toad to look for new cards, and the total amount for the cards that I need is $70, not including 2, which are $45 each, which I'm going to have to live without those for now. Yeah, $70 for the cards, but $70 for shipping.
Yeah, it's shipping that kills.
Ooh, welcome to our world.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I think it was USPS. You had to ship it with USPS International, and it was the cheapest option was $70. And then, it wasn't even a case of it being if it's 10, the exchange rate's 10, that's, 700 Rand and 700 Rand, maybe I can live with that. I'm not rich, so, I wouldn't be okay with 1,400 Rand on, 10 cards, but...
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it was 3,000 Rand. Basically, I would have been paying close to 3,000 Rand.
Wow,
no.
Ridiculous.
No.
Yeah.
And so, you guys are...
the struggle. I mean, quite a lot of the stuff we're trying to get for the box, and we really are... I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we've got on order, but it takes 3 months to get here, because the only way we can ship it is via, shipping container. You have no idea when our stock is going to arrive.
So it's okay, well, hopefully it'll be here this week, and then we get it in the next box,
Exactly, we planned for crates and gone, I guess it'll have to be next month, or maybe it'll be the month after that. Who knows? The biggest worry for us is that we order 300 of one item, and then that month we have 350 boxes to pack. So
I suppose, especially if you've got the long wait,
But honestly, the biggest risk is that it won't arrive. I mean, I spent a year in Canada, and I had some of the guys there ship me over something that I'd left behind. And they shipped it, and 3 months later, they called back and said, it arrived in South Africa, but they bounced it for some reason, and they had to send it all the way back to Canada. And now only they've resent it, so, I don't know how long I'm going to have to wait for that, but...
That's shocking.
Yeah.
Well, when I moved here from England, I was about 16 years old, and I came over with a suitcase, and the rest of my stuff was all in shipping container.
Right.
That took it disappeared for quite a while. Actually, I had the worst luck was that my suitcase got shipped somewhere else, but got put on the wrong plane as well.
Yeah.
So I ended up moving to South Africa with nothing, and I'm just okay. And then it took 4 or 5 months, for my shipping container with all the rest of my stuff to arrive. So I was I got one T-shirt and a pair of jeans. Woo! I'm coming to live in this country now.
But coming over with pounds, it must have been fairly easy to replace stuff.
Then it was, but I was also 16, so I wasn't, I didn't have much money at the time. Well, it wasn't too bad, and my father lived over here when I moved over, so he picked me up when I was staying with him. I went to school over here when I moved here, so obviously he got me, he bought me clothes to last me through it, but it sucked. Yeah. I want this stuff. Even with my Raspberry Pi, I've had some shockers. I had Raspberry Pi. I ordered it, I shipped it over, and it's a Generation 2. So I was I didn't go for the very first one. I went for the second one because it came with, I think it had more RAM or something.
2 gigs of RAM, and it has a quad core instead of a single core.
That was it, yeah. So I was like, look, it's a massively upgraded model. So I was like, that's the one I'm going to go for. Ordered it, shipped it. It arrived in South Africa, unbeknownst to me, was at the post office for 3 months without them notifying me. And then one day I was just like, this is freaking ridiculous. And I went back there and I went to the post office and I was like, listen, I've been waiting for this package for I don't know how long now. What's going on? And then they found it in the lorry about to go back to the airport to be sent back. And I was like, get it out.
Good save, yeah.
Yeah, I was very lucky, very fortunate. But yeah, I can't imagine how much it must absolutely gut you every month when you're waiting for stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, I ordered my first Raspberry Pi from the UK as well. The first gen one I ordered from the UK. And after 5 months, I contacted them. I was like, where is it? You haven't given me a tracking number or anything. They said, no, we've shipped it. We'll see what we can do. And then I get an email back from them going, we can't find it. It's lost. But we'll send you another one. So I got it 9 months after I ordered it.
Yeah, that's really good that they shipped it. Shipped another one. Sorry. Yeah. Whereas, at least you know there's some post office employee somewhere who's enjoying a Raspberry Pi.
Oh, bastard! The second gen one I bought from a company in Joburg called the Pi Factory, and they're great because they keep all their stock locally. So you order from them, they charge $100 for shipping, and then they direct courier it to you, so you get it the next day.
Fantastic.
Fantastic!
That's brilliant.
And they've got all the little add-ons and. They've even got the new one, the Nano Pi, which supposedly costs $5, but it costs you 250 Rand here, so excluding shipping, so like $350, you might as well buy a regular one.
Yeah, it's a little bit less powerful. I'm trying to remember. I mean, I haven't been following it recently. I've been out of it, but they cut back the specs and.
Yeah, the Nano's got, I think it's down to a dual core instead of a quad core, and they've got it 0.5 gig of RAM. But to be fair, it is only this big.
Yeah, which is pretty impressive. Yeah, no, they're awesome little devices. I think I'd really like to see them get adopted over here for education purposes.
Oh yeah,
like it's the one thing, like cheap classroom PCs. I was recently, I know a couple of charities that get involved with rural schools, and it's a perfect thing because instead of buying an expensive PC for thousands of rands and it gets put there and it sadly often gets stolen, you've got a cheap alternative that you can put in place. It works, it does the job, it doesn't have to be amazingly fast. Yeah.
Right.
So it's great.
The two benefits of using the Raspberry Pi is you'll be teaching people how to use Linux, which is far more versatile than Windows. And secondly, if it breaks down, all you have to do is swap out the SD card with one that you know is working, and you've suddenly got an entire computer lab up and running again. Yeah. So you don't have to spend time, oh no, this one's crashed, I have to reformat and reinstall, and you can just take the SD card out, go off into another lab and do that and come back, and somebody else can use it in the meantime. So
they're great. I mean, even if the thing gets broken, you just buy another one and boop, hey, there you go. Ready to go.
We use them to set up call centers. They're fantastic. Because you need such a small space in a call center. So you can just daisy chain them all together, chop, and then again, there's no downtime if the system crashes because you can just swap out the SD card and you're good to go. Brilliant.
Yeah, they are fantastic. I absolutely love them. Yeah. Right. Let's move away from Raspberry Pi for a minute. Gaming. No, Jordan, you said you're not. You haven't got your console set up at the moment.
No. Which I'm looking at getting it sorted soon, but it's not.
I think you need to do that.
Connected right now.
That's the first thing I've ever done whenever I move into a new place. It's like TV, console, cool. All right, the rest of it can wait.
But you know what happened there? Because, as I said, I spent a year in Canada. It was my gap year after high school. And I stayed with some family over there, and they didn't have a console. So I went a year without having this console. And, you go cold turkey. It gets you at first, but you wean off of it, and you learn to live without it. But now once I'm home, the itch is back, so we'll see.
Nice. What kind of games are you playing?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm big into sports games, so I enjoy FIFA. I'm not the guy that gets a new FIFA every year, but FIFA's good. I enjoyed Just Cause.
I don't know if Grant believes you there.
No, I don't believe it. We're in a business meeting. Everybody, come, let's go back, play FIFA. Let's play FIFA. Come on, let's play FIFA.
Yeah, because we've got a couple of buddies that buy them every year. So
that's the way to do it. Absolutely,
yeah.
I know that one. I've fallen into that trap a few times, but I've never gone too crazy with it. Like, it's never been I have to have the new one each year.
Right, exactly.
Like, I bought
every
one
couple
of the recent
years.
ones, and then I'm fine now. Yeah, I have a football game.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good.
Exactly.
Good enough. And then Just Cause you're playing.
I'm not playing at the moment, no, but I really enjoyed it, and I played the Just Cause 3 the other day for the first time, and it was amazing. Eh? Have you played it?
Haven't picked it up yet. I've been meaning to, but it's on my radar. But I've got so many games I'm busy with at the moment that I'm like, I'm not gonna, even if I buy it now, I'm not gonna be able to play it for another 2 or 3 months. So I'd rather wait until it goes on sale then.
It seems to be one of these games that doesn't really have a strong storyline at all, but it's just fun to waste time with. You know, like you'll shoot a pistol at a bridge and it'll blow up. So it's one of those.
and zip lining onto jets, and there's that little grapnel gun thing. Yeah, no, I think I'll put some time into it once I can. I mean, gaming's kind of that's my baby. That's it's my happy place where I get home from work and I'm just like, sort my son out and take care of his needs and feed him, and then
take care of your needs,
and then take care of my needs, which is shooting people in the face or something of that nature.
But
totally normal.
Grant and I, when we get together to play games, we play more old school type of things between the two of us. He's got this great one, Micro Machines.
Micro Machines!
It's from way back,
racing
in the day,
on the snooker table.
Exactly, yeah. It's just still
fantastic.
so much fun.
I love
that, and then we play like proper like Need for Speed Most Wanted, but the original one, or Underground 2, because that's the level that we're at. Like if Pac-Man was multiplayer, we'd be playing that.
Right.
Oh, it's a good game. See, Pac-Man will never go out of fashion. It's never bad. The thing I hate about Need for Speed is they had, I think it was Most Wanted and Underground, and then Underground 2 wasn't bad, and then every single one after that I was just like, this is bad.
Yeah, terrible. Played, the last one I bought was The Run, and I regretted it every day I played it, because it was just so weak, you know. I'd rather go and buy the old Most Wanted again for $100 and play that over. You know? Yeah,
that's a good choice. See, I love those, but I like being. I wanted to be chased and have the roadblocks and everything. Like I think I got Project Gotham Racing when I first bought my 360.
Yeah.
And it was just so dull. Because like here, race around a track. I'm like. They're like, okay, cool, well done. They're like, race around the track the other way. I'm like, okay, broom. Like, there was nothing.
Gran Turismo. Like I got Gran Turismo 4 on PlayStation 2, and I was like, never again. I'm so.
It's like that's it. It's like games shouldn't be like that. It's like I know people who play NASCAR games. It's like that's just boring. It's like, hey man, I'm gonna do 200 laps. We're just sitting and numbly turning left and going to the right.
You should beat that game with a rubber band and a Coke. Like
you would think so, yeah.
Oh man!
Apparently we don't understand, and it's an extremely technical and high octane, exciting sport that I don't get it.
Interesting.
The one thing I will watch though is a buddy of mine, Large Father. I'll watch his YouTube videos because he goes onto NASCAR and then just fucks with people, and they lose their shit. Like if you don't, because you have there's quite strict rules around it, like when you're allowed to overtake and how to overtake, and like people go nuts at him because he'll just clip people's back and like send them off the side of the track into the wall, and like they just all go absolutely mental. So that's the only time I've watched it.
No, that sounds like fun. That sounds like
that I'm okay with. Exactly. Yeah. So you've got to be crashing. You've got to be getting chased or crashing into people, and then it's good.
Or pissing people off is always a good one as well.
Yeah, it works. We love it in.
That's like Grand Theft Auto in a nutshell. Like, let me shoot someone in the face and get chased by the cops. Like,
yes, absolutely. And then go into a prostitute and then wander off home and then and then wake up the next day and everything's fine. It's what we all wish our lives could be like. Just walk into a titty bar, murder everyone, take all the money, leave, and then just pay the police like $150, and they're like, "Oh no, cool, you're fine. You're fine now. No, you're good." You're good.
Oh, like, San Andreas is great because it's like pay $1,500 for a haircut. Yeah, sure.
Oh,
okay.
Oh yes, I remember that. That was the one that had that. See, that's mod. See, I love mods for games, so I played a lot of Skyrim. And I've always run it with you basically throw mods at it until it won't run anymore, and then you take them away until it runs, and you're like, okay, cool, that's my limit, that's how many I can have.
I checked one guy had a mod that made his character just the TARDIS. It was pretty cool, you know. It was just the TARDIS running around shooting dragons.
See, there's one that I love which replaced the dragons with Randy Savage, I think his name is. It's like like an old wrestler, but like with these glasses and a pink cowboy hat. Like as they land, they're like, "Oh yeah!" I was pissing myself. But now they've done it for Fallout 4 as well. So they've added him. So now instead of Deathclaws, you've got these giant wrestler guys. Like, yeah, it's fantastic. So I think there's some very sick people in the world, but they make great mods, so I think they should be left alone.
You know where you find the most twisted gamers, though, and this is not a joke, it's in The Sims. If you go onto the Sims forums and read what some of these people do, it's so twisted. I mean, some of them are funny, but the bulk of them are just terrifying. Like you can see this guy growing up to be a psychopath.
Oh yeah, they put the guy in the room with windows and no food, and the food outside, so you can see it through the window.
Oh god, that's like sociopath style. That's,
the best one.
I felt bad.
And they do stuff like they wait for the sim to go for a swim, and when he's in the pool, they delete the ladder so you can't get out of the pool.
Always a classic.
Sims apparently don't have any upper body strength, so they just can't pull themselves out.
The best one I saw recently was some guy created like a green sim and made him like a goblin type of thing. But he made all his social stats low and all his creative stats high. And stuck him in the basement of this house and just made him paint all day. Just paint. And then he moved the family in above that never found out about this goblin down below, but they were living on the profits of this guy's paintings.
That's amazing. That's like the Eli and the Morlocks all over again. That poor little goblin. I think the worst I did was when a person pissed me off. I'd build a little barbecue outside with a little fence around it, and then tell them to go barbecue, and then close the fence off behind in the square, and then just make them barbecue until they burnt themselves to death. That's as bad as it got. You know, that's excellent. I think that's fairly standard. That goblin one, like that guy's put thought into that. That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it made me kind of envious that I had thought of it myself, but in the same token, like I'm kind of happy that I'm not that.
I'm not that fucked up. It's like I was like, that's an amazing idea, and I wish I thought of it. Yeah. Partially glad you didn't. Yeah, I saw some other ones with like apparently now you can romance death.
Really?
Yep. Apparently that's a thing. So someone, I can't remember what it was, I saw a thing where every time someone dies, death comes and takes their soul now. So it's not just like the old day where they was like, and then you see them disappear or a little ghost fly off. Like death comes in and you can actually interact with him. And so they'd get this woman all they used to do was murder everyone who came to the house so that death could come so she could flirt with him. And eventually they ended up getting married, I think.
Make little death babies.
Maybe little skeleton babies. That's not creepy at all. That's perfectly normal. So, yeah. Now that game goes mad.
Who hasn't woken up in real life and thought about having a baby with death, you know?
Yeah,
why
exactly.
not?
It's completely normal. It's almost as creepy. Have you heard of a game called The Forest?
No.
It's like a survival sim, like first person. Your plane crashes on this island that's just full of cannibals. And that seems bad enough, and you've got to build yourself a base and hunt for food and all that kind of stuff. And that seems bad enough, and then you start going down into the caves, which you find, and then you start finding like these mutants and things. There's these fucked up little mutant babies in these caves that make the most horrendous noises and jump at you and try and attack you. and they're terrifying. Like ever since, like I think that's I'm done with kids now. I've got one son. I never want another one because of that game. Like up until that game, I would have thought about it. Now, no, because as soon as I hold my baby, I'll just be like, no, get it away from me. They're awful. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'll end up with a baby being dropped in an operating theatre and lots of doctors judging me. Like,
the cries, the baby's cry will sound more and more like those cries from the in-game little goblins.
It's horrible. It's so bad. Like they've gone out of their way to make the game as just creepy as possible. You've got these mutants that are legs. You got hand mutants and leg mutants, basically. So they're like an amalgamation. There's the two women's bodies back to back, but fused together with like just about 8 legs, and it comes at you like it comes at you like a it comes at you like a baboon spider with its legs up and like. And I don't know what's wrong with game designers. It's like, you're gonna just what's wrong with a giant spider? Like that used to be it. Like you go in a cave, you get attacked by a giant spider, and it was like, oh, I don't like that very much. Now, no, not enough. But it's a good game actually. You should check it out if you ever want nightmares.
Right,
fantastic.
I'll write it down.
I'm just gonna put it in that box of never gonna play that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that box does. Unfortunately, there's some. I receive game gifts from friends of mine in the States quite often, which is very nice because you're like, oh, my Steam pops up and I've got a little gift, and I'm like, yay, someone sent me something. And then it's like Shower with Your Dad Simulator. Not a joke. That is a game. Wow. That's a game.
I'd love to meet the fucked up person who thought of that game.
Yeah.
The other one that I received was what's that under your blanket or something? You have to get this little kid to jerk off. Well, it's not like a little kid, but like you got to click every time you click, the kid's got to jerk. And then when you hear people coming down to open his bedroom door, you've got to stop. And then like the cat will run in, or his grandma will come in and like, and then like, and if you go too fast, like then it catches fire. And like at one stage the police got called, and so I've got a kid lying in his bed in his parents' house jerking off, and the police came, and they come in with guns.
Wow, that would scare the shit out of you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be. I'm like,
where was this game made?
Again.
Was this from the States or from UK?
I think it was in America. Let me have a look. Hold on.
Kind of twisted.
Only in America
come up with that.
Like that.
Some people have got some serious issues. It's not opening, unfortunately. All right. My Skype won't let me open up my Steam to full screen. So, but yeah, no, I think it's made in America. And Shower with Your Dad's even worse. It's like almost like a gym. But just open shower, like no cubicles, nothing like that. It's just these shower heads, probably more like prison than gym, to be honest.
Prison,
yeah, like a prison shower. Don't know why. And you've got 3 guys. Yeah. So you've got a black guy, you've got a really pale guy with orange hair, and you've got like a kind of more natural skin-colored guy with like brown hair. So they're quite easily identifiable. And you can be the kid of either one of them, and you've got to match your kid to them and go to your dad. They're all showering in this prison shower, and you're in there too, and you've just got to run to him, and then they'll disappear and reappear somewhere else, and you've got to run to the right one. And I sat there going, who makes these games?
Yeah. Clearly somebody with the psychological scars of having to shower with his dad in prison.
In prison, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is a whole lot of psychological
stuff
counseling.
Right there. Don't drop the soap, man.
No, don't drop the soap, don't drop anything. And yeah, no, it's just...
Or your gaze.
Yeah, no, it's creepy. Don't do it. No, exactly. Keep your gaze here. Just keep it straight up. Right. Although the bad thing is, if you're a kid, that's
that's even worse.
Yeah. So there's a lot of terrifying games out there. So yeah, The Sims is probably, as you said, like that's the most inventive.
Yeah, The Sims is where you find the most twisted gamers. These other games are just must be.
Yeah. Someone with some serious issues.
When some gamers have grown up and decided to branch out a little.
That's it. It was like, the one thing that annoyed me about The Sims was when I was in The Sims and I made my little character, I couldn't make him jack off. I'm going to make a game about it now. So yeah. No, okay. So yeah, stay away from those.
I hate for these people to have children and just be like standing there with the child going, how do I make your social skills grow without using the cheat?
Yeah, these are the guys that put their child on the floor and go get married and come back later.
Yeah. Be like, wait, I'm
They're
pouring
also
the
the
mac and
people that
cheese
bang
onto
in
the cooker.
public, like, you know, like changing room. They woohoo.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was a very special game. I actually haven't played one for ages. I didn't play the latest one. I tried to stay away. I'm busy playing the Division at the moment.
Okay.
The beta. It's not bad.
Really?
See,
not
because
bad.
I've heard mixed reviews on there. It seems to polarize people a little bit.
It very much does, because I think that I think that's very much planned.
Right.
For this beta, I was actually a very good review of it is a good friend of mine called Scanner Barkley. He a very honest guy when it comes to video reviews, and he did a review on it about pretty much the polarization of the player base to either we're going to be complete douchebag rogues and kill everyone, or no, we're going to hunt the rogues. And he thinks that that's basically so they can get much higher numbers of server stats when it's player-on-player interaction. Because your PvE is fairly easy to do, but your PvP is where I think most of the difficulties come in. So I think it's very much aimed. I mean, there's very little to do that's PvE in the game. So majority of the time, like I just run around the dark zone hunting rogue agents, and it's immensely satisfying, especially when you get the same guy, and because you've got to extract all your items. So you get funneled into these, basically there's 3 or 4 areas where you can call in a chopper extraction, and you've got to then wait for it to arrive. You've got a minute and a half, so that gives a minute and a half for everyone else to get there if they want to take your stuff. You've got to stay there, hope that the people who arrive aren't douchebags and don't kill you, and then you've got to hook your stuff. So people wait until you're in the process of hooking your stuff onto the line to extract, and then they mow everyone down and steal all their loot.
Right.
But the most fun thing for me is like when I wait by those, but I wait for the guys who come to try and kill them. And I killed the same guy 3 times in a row last night, and it was so satisfying. 'Cause he just kept coming back. He just kept coming back to try and get more loot. I was like, no, buddy, not happening.
Yeah.
But it's good. Yeah, it's good fun. The graphics are... Oh no, he must be so... I think eventually he went off somewhere else. He was like, okay, fine, I'll leave that alone. But yeah, no, the graphics aren't anything like they were in 2013 E3 videos that came out that looked absolutely mind-blowing. It's Ubisoft, it's what they do, you know.
Right.
I didn't expect it to be that good, but no, it's a good-looking game. It's good fun.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
It's definitely worth a look.
I'll check it as soon as I hook up my console.
Yes, which console have you got?
Currently I've got the Xbox 360, which I think you've got one there behind you.
I do.
Got an Xbox.
That's my 360. I've got a 360 and a PS3 and a Wii. I'm PC Master Race, but I also have my roots in console gaming. So I much prefer playing on PC, but I love my consoles.
See, I'm at a bit of a
console game if you don't play on them. Like you have to play PC and console.
Yeah. Otherwise, you can't judge. You can't say I don't like console if you've never played console. You don't have the right.
Exactly.
That's my
exactly.
So yeah. Sorry, you were saying, so you've got a 360 at the moment, so you're going to be...
Yeah, but now I'm in a bit of a fork in the road, because I'm thinking, do I stick with it, do I go next gen, and if I go next gen, which one do I go for, and, is it easier to just get a PC? Conflicted, it's going to take a bit of, research.
Yeah, and the problem is, like, anyone you ask, half the people will tell you, oh, Xbox One's way better, and other people will tell you PS4's way better. Yeah, it's always the way, it's always a division. But
they can all agree PC's best.
Yeah. There's no argument. No one can argue with you on that one. It's like, as someone was saying that apparently the Division was running on PlayStation at 1080p, and it's like, no, it's not. It's 900. It's 900p. That's all you get. Like, that's... Yeah. But unfortunately, people are quite grossly misinformed when it comes to these things. So people will just be like, no, I'll never get a PlayStation. Check it out.
No, again,
it's worth
it comes to, initially it comes down to personal preference, which one you enjoy more. But after a while, it just comes out to, complete bias. Once you're with one of them, you stick with it no matter what, it seems.
Well, this is why I went with both. I decided it was a smart move because I wanted... Well, I think is I could never... I love the Xbox exclusives. I love my Gears of Wars and the Halo and all of those. But I also love Uncharted. I love Little Big Planet. I love Killzone, all of those kind of things. So I had to go with both. So I was like, I don't want to miss out. So when I eventually do get, an Xbox One, it'll be an Xbox One and a PS4 that I end up getting.
Yeah.
Because, which just makes my bank account sad. It's like, so I could just stay on my PC and then I'll be fine. But then I won't ever get to play some of the new games, so that would also make me sad.
Yeah, exactly.
But we'll be all right.
Yeah.
So all right. Well, I think probably we're about up on our time. So if there's anything that you guys would like to last parting words to any listeners, or
well, I mean, before we do that, do you have any other questions for us? You want to get off your chest that you've been trying to get in but haven't had a shot yet?
No. I'm happy. I'm very happy with my GeekCrate. I'm very happy with the service you guys are providing. I think it's a fantastic thing. I was so excited when I found it because I was sat at my work and I was talking to a guy called Jacques who I work with, and I was saying, why don't we have this in South Africa? Like, this is actually ridiculous. It's stupid. And then I was like, well, wait, hang on, maybe something's in the mix, maybe it's coming. And I searched and I found you guys and I was like, oh, sold, bang, done. There's my subscription. I'm in. I'm so stoked that you guys are doing it. It's just such a nice thing to get once a month, to get a little box of just geeky awesomeness that I don't know what it is. It's like, the potential. I think it's there was a discussion someone had. In fact, it was in that Division video from Scanner Barkley about the potential of things. So like a scratch card. A scratch card Scratch cards don't sell a huge amount of scratch cards because you do well at them. Scratch cards sell a huge amount of scratch cards because from the moment you buy it, that card has the potential to be anything. And like this is the same thing. It's like I don't know what I'm going to get. So like it's like it's exciting and like I open it up and I check it out and so far I've been very 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 happy. So it's been great.
Awesome.
We work very hard to make sure that nobody knows what's coming until it arrives. Because we kind of feel like you're buying a present for yourself. Who wants to ruin the surprise?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. It wouldn't be the same. Yeah, because it's like if I knew what was coming, I'd just be doing online shopping.
Exactly.
But it would be online shopping without the choice. So it's like I know I'm going to get this. Like I've subscribed to this, and this is what I'm going to get, whether I like it or not. That doesn't make much sense. That would be silly. But to not know and then it's a fantastic feeling to open it up. I absolutely adore it. So
that's what we go for. So I'm so glad that you said that.
Yeah, I'm really 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 stoked that you guys are doing it. It's great. And so is my son. He's
awesome.
I'm gonna have to get him one as well pretty soon. So, sorry, carry on.
What I was going to say was since we've launched our Mega Crate now, also. We've got a lot more. The people that are buying the mega crates are far more into the geek culture than the people that are just buying the regular crates, and they're the ones that give us like the best suggestions for stuff.
Oh, really?
So, totally. I mean, we don't have many people that buy the mega crate because last month was the first actual month where you could buy one, and then this month's one was most of the people that had bought from last month. Carrying on. New people that are subscribing are going for the mega crate rather than the regular crate. But
I need to upgrade my subscription.
Yeah, you can upgrade.
I can.
It's
cool.
It's great. We offer now so that you can do a 1 month upgrade. So it's like your birthday and you want to get a mega crate instead of a regular crate for that month. You can just upgrade it that 1 month, or you can upgrade your subscription completely and then get the mega crate every month. Which is nice because the mega crate's got 1 or 2 extra items, but they're worth, they're stuff where we could actually afford to put more into the budget to get them. So, exactly. With the regular crate, we have to put 4 or 5 items in the box. The budget gets, stretched. But with the mega crate, you're getting all the items in the regular box, and then we set aside, more money just for, like, let's get one item, but let's get one really cool item, or let's get something that people are really going to enjoy. So we've done like flash drives and Bluetooth speakers, and
nice.
It's coming together nice. Yeah, they're really cool.
Okay, I think I'm going to go and upgrade my subscription right now.
Awesome.
Well done, Grant.
I'm excited. Yeah, there we go. See, you don't need any salesman. You're sorted. See, this the thing about the geek culture as well that I like is that it almost does sell itself in a way. Like word of mouth, and I mean, if you think of last week, I had a cosplayer on the podcast. Word of mouth going around, you know, that whole scene started from it. GeekCrate, the more we can get the word out, the more geeks get involved, the more growth we get, and then it just kind of, you know, balloons from there, which will be fantastic. I wish you guys nothing but success.
Thanks very much.
So yeah. Right, okay, cool. We better kill it now. So yes, your last thoughts, last words?
Oh, thanks for having us. I mean, it was such a pleasure. Time flew. We were having fun. And, you know, anytime anytime you want to have us back, then just let us know and we'll be happy.
We would love to have you back again, absolutely. Cool. All right. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Try not to melt. I'm contemplating going and jumping in the pool right now because it's stupidly hot. I'm dying. Right. My English blood is not happy with this. So pants are off. T-shirt can come off as well now, and then jump in the pool. It'll be all right. Cool. Thanks a lot, guys. Really, really enjoyed chatting to you. Hopefully we can speak to you again soon. I'll be upgrading my crate. Anyone out there listening, go and subscribe. Get yourself a mega crate. Buy yourself a gift every month. We don't do it enough. We don't treat ourselves enough. We spend all our money on useless crap for people we don't really care about. Spend it on yourself instead. That's the way to live your life. I think, anyway. All right. Thank you very much for listening. Till next week, take care.